what's up, everybody? I'm your big homie Sean from SJS Exotics and the Big Homies Breakdown. And with me tonight, we got our co-host Mike Duvall from Wharf Ave. We're gonna have a really great show tonight. We got a really cool guy coming in, man. Shane Kelly from Small Town Exotics, and we were going to talk about some husbandry pro stuff. However, we just got some new news that he hit his first double visual on the G Stripe Clown project he's been working, and he started from scratch about 5 years ago and finally hit his first. And we're going to talk about that because that seems way cooler. Anyways, but first, man, we got to go ahead and pay some bills. And go ahead, Mike.
We appreciate the official sponsor, Chris Eaton and the Fat Man Nation. Go over there tomorrow, July 6th at 9 p.m. on the Fat Man Nation over on YouTube. He's going to have Jamie Stewart from Graceful Pythons.
Right on. That's awesome, man. So make sure you guys go out and follow all his social medias too. He's got a Patreon, Instagram, Facebook. Go follow him on YouTube. Subscribe if you aren't already. And so Mike, who do we got for tonight, buddy? Who's our guest? Tell us about our guest.
We have Shane Kelly here with Small Town Exotics. He's down in the Tennessee area here. Sean. I'm so excited. I'm lost for words. We're gonna go ahead and bring out Shane.
So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and bring out Shane right now.
I'm lost for words.
Shane, what's up, buddy? Welcome to the show, man.
Thank you for having me.
Hey, thank you for coming on. We really appreciate you, big guy.
Yeah, man. My pleasure.
Yeah, I was telling Sean I was lost for words when he wanted me to introduce you, and so I had to have him take over for a second.
Yeah, no worries.
So we told our audience that tonight we have switched the topic on everybody. We did the old switcheroo. And so we're going to talk about the 5 years you've been working this this G Stripe Clown project, and some of the hurdles and some of the exciting and not so exciting moments of a 5-year project, and just kind of let everybody know like how you started, man.
Well, so in 2019, I started building Small Town Exotics, and like I was doing like a ton of research meaning I was listening to podcasts and going through all kinds of old YouTube videos and stuff. And there was an old video from Justin, like when he still wore glasses and stuff, and he was at a reptile show. And there was Kevin from Ninja Balls, and he had just hit the first G Stripe Clown. And I was like, man, that is my jam right there. And this was like way before it was like cool and trendy. And I'm like, dude, that's where I'm going right there. But you couldn't buy anything for that project at that time. So I had a banana G Stripe and a killer clown, bred those together to make my first double hets. I still have females from that pairing that are producing for me this year. So then every year I started making pairings, clowns to genetic stripes, and keeping back all the females to make a double het army. And then it was like 22 or 23, man. I had no, wait. Let me step back. So there's been some setbacks along the way too. Like this whole time, that was been my main focus in the background. I've been making all this other stuff too, pieds and clowns and, all these other things. But my main focus was G Stripe Clown in the background. So first pairing that went bad was I had it was like a yellow belly, red stripe clown male back when that was like a little bit, that was kind of I don't know, a higher level snake. And I paired that to a genetic stripe or a cinnamon genetic stripe. And man, I hit almost all normals, like almost all normals. I still got those females too, though. But like, you know how the odds are like 1 in 64, whatever your odds are to hit like the animal with all genes. Well, I did that, but I hit a bunch of normals, and then I hit like one red stripe out of the whole clutch, man. And I was just like, so that was like my first setback. The following year, I had a like GHI red stripe, yellow belly fire clown paired to a cinnamon genetic stripe, same female. She parthoed out. All the eggs were babies. They were all genetic stripes, and none of them had the top on their head. You could just see their brain. And that was going to be like my pairing of all pairings, because like all of those genes in double het females would have been like phenomenal for me at that time, you know?
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. So that was a huge setback. And man, that one kind of hit home. Like that's when I started thinking like, man, am I crazy for just to keep on going? But I persevered. And in fact, that year I could have paired for double visuals, but they would have had no genes. So what I did was I took enhancer G stripe and paired that to a bunch of genetic stripe females, or no, a bunch of no, I paired it to double hets. I paired it to double het G stripe clowns. Kept every genetic stripe, so I have like 12 of them. I kept every genetic stripe visual and tested them for het clown. That's right when shed testing came out, and there was only like 3 or 4 tests, and clown was one of them. I did a whole bunch of those clutches, kept all the genetic stripe females back, and they're all het enhancer. And then I just tested them all for het clown, kept every single one that was het clown. So I have genetic stripes, double het enhancer clowns.
How many of those were het for clown, by the way?
Dude, I did really good. It was only like 3 of the females weren't het clown and 12 were out of all the clutches. Yeah. And then I tested like 1 male, I think, and I still got him as a backup male. But that was in 23. I skipped making the double visual just to like think years out. Last year I went through some personal stuff. I didn't really produce much. I had like 5 clutches, but then this year, so I finally hit my first genetic stripe clown, but
there's always a but.
Yeah, the odds were not in my favor again.
Oh man.
So that I have a genetic stripe double het enhancer clown. I paired him to the female first when she was at 10 millimeters, just to get her going for the all-star male to get like 2 more locks and take the clutch later, which is Hurricane Yellow Belly Red Stripe. So started cutting the eggs. I was vending Nashville. I rushed home from vending Nashville, started cutting the eggs, and I was just looking like, clown, genetic stripe, genetic stripe, genetic stripe. I'm like, man, this is a lot of genetic stripes. And then I seen a G stripe clown. I was like, man, I can't wait till they come out of the eggs. Once they all came out of the eggs, there was no yellow belly, no red stripe, no hurricane. The backup male took the clutch
No.
from the first pairing. Even though the main male like had 2 or 3 locks after that. But I still hit my G stripe clown. So
Nice.
The moral of the story is you can start from the bottom and you just got to persevere through all those low spots, you know. And in the meantime, when I was doing all my work, other breeders jumped on. They started producing double visuals. I could have bought some, but I was like, man, I'm already years into it from the ground up. I'm just going to hold true and stay to my path and do it on my own. And I'll tell you what, like doing it that way, like hitting my first one, I'm still excited, man. And that's been like 2 months.
Yeah, man, definitely. That's why we had to talk about it tonight, dude. I could tell when we were backstage, man, I could tell how hyped you were with your voice, your tone, everything, man. It was just like, dude, all right, for sure. I definitely want to talk about this G-Stripe clown. And so what, you got a few more shots at it this season and then on to next season? How many more shots you got left, man?
Yeah, I got 2. So I have 2 females. The ones I produced in 2020, they're both gravid right now. They're both going to be laying this month, actually. One was paired to a Hurricane Red Stripe Yellow Belly Triple Het G Stripe Clown Enhancer, and the other one was paired to an Inchy Russo Double Het G Stripe Clown. So I'm just trying to sprinkle a bunch of genes in all these. And this year, though, see, I always skip over some of the setbacks. So I didn't hit. So essentially pairing double het to double het, take out all the other genes that were involved. It took me 4 clutches until I hit the double visual. So don't think, I mean, you can hit it with one pairing, don't get me wrong, but it took me 4. So I had 3 clutches before of just all these 66 double het, 50% het for this and all this stuff.
Yeah.
So basically a bunch of snakes that are just wholesale animals at this point, but I hit it.
There you go. Dude, that's awesome.
So whenever you like you have your male, like a double, not like a het visual male, when do you think it's time to like retire that male and like upgrade? Like how long do you usually keep your male before you upgrade him?
It depends on the male, man. I usually keep them for like 2 seasons, and there's some that are still here, and they would be here. I have an Enhancer G Stripe that I think this would be his 4th season if I bred him, but I'm like, he could still like work as a like super low backup.
Do you got that boy still that only wants to sit in that tiny ass tub?
No. My dwarf clown. Yeah, man. No, I sold him. I sold him after that clutch parthoed out without the tops on their heads. I was just like discouraged. I'm like, man, I got GHI red stripe stuff everywhere at this point. Like, I'm done with this guy. And he never moved out of an FB8 tub. He stayed in that the whole time. That's the
Dude, I can't believe it, man. The first time I came over to your place, man, and you showed me, you're like, yeah, I got a guy who's in a freaking tiny tub. And you pull him out, and I'm like, he fit in that thing? Holy crap.
Yeah,
that was a lot of fun.
Anytime I put him over in an adult tub, it didn't matter if I gave him a small hide, a big hide, lots of clutter, no clutter, different substrate, no matter what. He would not eat in those tubs. He wouldn't lock if I brought him out of one of those adult tubs. So I just put him back in the FB8 and he would eat and he would breed. And I was like, I guess this is what he likes, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. When he would coil up, he wouldn't look like a cinnamon roll anymore. He looked like a box. Like he would just be squared out in that tub, but that's what he wanted.
Yep. Man, that's wild, man. So you got 2 more shots at it this year, and then how many are you gonna have next year?
Oh man, dude, I think I'll have close to somewhere in the ballpark of 20 females that I'll be breeding, because all of those genetic stripe, double head enhancer clowns, those will all be of age and size next year. So I'll be like really hitting the ground running.
Oh, looky here, Shane. All right, so this is Jay from Greenlight. Mark says that Shane got all the ladies in here. LOL. Oh, dude, I like Jay a lot, man. He's freaking awesome.
Yeah, Jay's top notch, man. He's the technical producer on Reptiles Unplugged for me.
Oh wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, that's Wednesday nights at what time is it? 8 o'clock.
Yep, Wednesdays at 8.
Yep. Yeah, I've been watching that a lot lately, and I just can't remember the time. It was 8 or 9. So.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
One of the viewers got a question. Kristen asked, "How many snakes do you keep?"
I have 2 Freedom Breeder racks with adults, and then I have my holdback rack. You know, I'm always around somewhere between 100 and 200 snakes, somewhere in there, like including the hog nose. And then at the height of hatchling season, I'll be up around 200. But I try to move snakes as fast as like they're ready though too.
Yeah.
I don't like to hold on to stuff too long. I'm not one of
No,
those guys.
nobody does like to hold on to stuff too long, man.
Yeah.
Well, you know, there's some people out there that'll like say that they're trying to sell a snake for 500 and somebody offers them 400. They'll like hold the line. No, 500 I'm holding. Man, like in today's market, let's move it. Yeah,
well, you got cash money. Let's go.
yeah, you know.
Yeah, sure, yeah.
Cool. Are you still doing leopard geckos, or did you get out of that?
No, I got out of leopard geckos. That was mainly my kids. They discovered fishing and girls, and basically just dumped all the leopard geckos on me. So I actually traded all the leopard geckos and a few hognose for some more boas. I have boa sigmas, the Sonorans, the small ones from Mexico. So
nice.
I got 6 boas that I got 4 of them that I'll be breeding next year. So we'll see how that goes. Yeah.
That'll be interesting.
Yeah. Live birth. That'll be a first for me over here, you know. So this, you know, I always mess around with something a little different in the background. So I did the leopard geckos for a few years. I've been doing hognose. I bought hognose in 2019. So I've been doing those in the background too this whole time. I'll never get rid of hognose. But then this year is my first time breeding king snakes. So I have a clutch of Mexican black kings in the incubator right now. Nice. They're actually due tomorrow. So hopefully.
Oh, really? Cool. Are you going to do a cutting video or what?
Nah, I don't do the cutting videos anymore. Man, like, you know, I'll be real with you. So, you know, after I went through a divorce recently, most people know that, but I went through a divorce recently and I thought I'd have all this time for activities, but actually I have less time, man, because I'm working longer hours, single dad life. And then like, I can't just like dedicate 6 to 8 hours on a day to like film, edit, upload, and do all this stuff and tell my kids like, oh, hey, we can't do anything on Sunday because I got to make a YouTube video. Like that ain't gonna fly as a single dad. So yeah. I do Reptiles Unplugged every Wednesday, and then I'll just make random videos for like special occasions on my own YouTube channel. And then I'm busy with my Patreon and stuff too. So
you got your Patreon too. So
yep.
Yeah, all the girls in the chat are from the Patreon. So Jay's trying to make it seem like I'm sexy and they all came here, but they're really Patreon. So
well, that's freaking awesome. I welcome each and every one of them to the show. Kristen so you almost answered that question, I guess, or you did fully answer it. How many different species do you work with?
So ball pythons and hogs all the time. And then I've been growing the boas up, you know, 26, they'll be 4 years old. So I've had those going in the background for a couple of years now. And then this year I did MBKs. Next year I'll probably do more MBKs and some cow kings. So, you know, about 4 or 5. I'm always doing 3, breeding 3 at a minimum. Balls and hogs, and then something a little different. Always.
Something to give a little spice to the table.
Yep.
Yeah, man, you know, because ball pythons are cool. I love messing with their genetics. Hognose are cool. They got a bunch of different personalities and stuff. And then I just need something to stimulate. I like learning. So it's like ball pythons, I could do that on autopilot kind of for the most part. Hognose are a little bit more challenging. But then I like learning something totally new, though, too. So like this year I did the king snakes. That was a first for me, So
what's the challenges when you're doing like hognose and king snakes and stuff?
Mainly it's having the mental bandwidth to like, because you got some different schedules. It's not like, oh, Wednesday's feed day. Like baby hognose right now, I feed them twice a week. So I'm feeding those Wednesdays and a Saturday or a Sunday, depending on which day works better, you know. But it's just a challenge of keeping all the different schedules. Whenever I do bring a new species into my reptile room, I make sure that they could basically live in like a ball python friendly room, first of all, because like I don't have like multiple reptile rooms,
Yeah. That'd be a lot
So
of space.
yeah, man, they got to be able to handle like 77 to 80 degree ambient, 60% humidity, and then I can adjust a rack wherever it needs to be if they need a hot spot and stuff. So
Right. Right.
oh, I got panther chameleons too. I keep those in my bedroom though.
When'd you get those?
Man, the end of
Oh,
February.
you know what? Yeah, I started seeing the post on Instagram about them.
Yeah.
And I hear they're pretty fickle to handle and everything.
Yeah, it's man, I would say to like the normal Americans, you could equate them to kind of like a cat. Like they're not like you got to build your trust with them. They're going to come to you when they want, it's not like you just like go, "Oh, come here," and they just come. No. Sometimes my male he'll be waiting at the door and I'll open it and he'll come out to me, but the female, she doesn't even like to eat in front of me at first. Now she does, though. She'll eat in front of me. But before, like if she's seen a little bit of movement, she just pauses, like roach hanging out of her mouth, and she just like stays still. Like mid-bite, she'll just be like. So, yeah, man, I'm always staying busy. Oh, and I just bought a new puppy. I picked that up on Saturday. So, yeah, man, busy over here.
What'd you get?
I got a beagle.
Beagle?
Yeah, man, it's a nice, manly, tough dog,
Beagles are awesome.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. Damn. I like beagles.
Yeah, so
they're cool dogs.
Yeah, man, they're cool. Jamie from Graceful Python, she lives near me, so when I go over there, she has a beagle named Toby, and like me and that dog really hit it off. And I'm like, dude, I was thinking about getting a Doberman and all this stuff. I'm like, man, I should just get a beagle. I really like Toby, man. Toby's a cool dog. Yeah. So I was just like, yep, beagle it is.
Hashtag beagle in the comments, you guys.
That's awesome. Yeah, that's Jamie that's going to be on with the Fat Man tomorrow, Sean.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Nice.
Yeah. She's like down the road from me about 20 minutes. So.
Oh man, that's awesome.
Yeah.
You still got your that Gila monster? You still got that?
No, I sold him, man. He's a ball python with legs, except I would like build his cage. I'd put these lights in, I would decorate it, do all this stuff. Every time I would do that, he would go through, rip the lights down, tear up the cage, and then just sprawl out on his back and go to sleep and never move again, until food day. But then if I went and fixed his cage again, he would go bonkers and berserk and tear it all down. Like he didn't want his cage nice. And after a few years of that, I eventually sold him. I sold him to somebody that has mine was a Mexican beaded lizard, and I sold it to somebody that has Gila monsters. So then I wasn't comfortable just selling that to anybody, man,
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I mean, you got to have some common sense to have that animal, or you could get seriously hurt.
Yeah, man. Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
So you got the G-stripe clown stuff this year. Is there any other side projects you have going on then?
Oh, shrapnel, baby, shrapnel.
You want to tell us about that?
Yeah, shrapnel is a pattern disruptor granite type gene. I think it was founded around 2012 by Chad Holker. There is a super version too. So the super shrapnel clown has been made by Corey at CD Constrictors.
Oh yeah, I was seeing that.
Yeah. So I've hit the single version. I've hit shrapnel spot nose clown. I've hit shrapnel leopard clown. Nice. I just cut a clutch that's in the incubator. I could have shrapnel Batmans. Next year, I'll be taking my shrapnel clown into G-stripe clown stuff. And making,
we got somebody on Team Shrapnel here, Catalina Morph Mixer.
Yeah.
Oh, look, we got another one, Team Shrapnel.
Yeah. Tana has one. Tana has a leopard spot nose shrapnel.
That's awesome.
So, yeah, man, it's a really cool gene. reacts good with everything that I've put it with so far. So that's one of my little side quests. And
What do you hope it does in your clown G stripe?
I'm hoping it just like does some crazy stuff with the pattern, disrupts it.
Just a little bit, just enough.
Yeah. I hope it. I hope it has a big reaction. I hope it blows it up. Like let's take it to the moon and.
You could go get some scrambler, bro, and put that into your project.
I'm already there, man. I bought a scrambler from Marcus Jane when I was in Canada. So
he's already on top of it, guys.
I got an ODYB scrambler Cypress het clown female. Man, that girl glows too.
That's a mouthful.
Sounds like it. Do you work with Sunset at all?
I did, but not no more, man. So that's a good thing to talk about. So when I first got in, I had all these different recessive projects. I was starting my G stripe clown, so I had clowns and genetic stripes going. I had Sunset. That project was cursed for me from the get-go. Nothing to do with like Sunset in particular. It was just one of those bad luck, girls were slugging out, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I had Pieds, I had Dreamsicles, I had Puzzle. But like eventually, man, as I kept building G stripe clowns, I made a rule that I wasn't going to buy any more racks. So like as that project grew, I just kept cutting projects out and getting rid of them.
Yeah. Because before you're
getting some awfully big rat orders there for a little while.
Yeah, man. And I'm glad I stayed that way. I didn't know at the time, but like if I would have just kept expanding rack after rack after rack, and then the market went soft, man, I'd be sitting on a bunch of snakes right now, having trouble feeding them. So I'm glad I held to my gun. So I have 2 Freedom breeders. They're 11 high, so an extra 4 in each one. But yeah, man. So as the G stripe clown project grew, because I've added hypo and desert ghost in there too, so I can hit triples and quads as I go. But I just started going through projects, and I made a rule. You can make up your own number, but with the Dreamsicle project, I was like, am I willing to spend $5,000 or more on a male for this project? And if the answer is no, then hell, the whole project has to go. So I just started treating every project like that. And then,
that makes a lot of. Sorry, Shane.
No, go ahead, Mike.
No, that makes a lot of sense because a lot of people have them, and I'm going to keep this and this, and then like 6 months later, when they have it's like, oh my god, these 2 whole racks are just holdbacks, and they get in over their head and they get frustrated trying to come up with the money to feed it or the food for the rats and all the rats, and I don't have time to do this, and they just get out of it. The first 3 to 5 years, that's your hardest 5 years. That's
you're right about that.
Yeah.
And if you don't want to do it for the first 5 years, there's no sense of really doing it because it's hard the first few years.
Yeah,
it is.
Yeah, I do have some stragglers, sort of like I have like enhancer G stripe stuff, and then I have like hypo DG stuff, but that ties into like genetic stripe hypo, like it still kind of fits in right now. And then I do have Krypton stuff that I'm working a little bit too, but I'm gonna make Krypton G stripe.
That whole gene is so confusing.
That'd be something different.
Up, Chris? Thanks for joining us tonight, man.
Hey, Chris. Yeah, like when I first started out a few years ago, I kind of went to the shows up here in Michigan, all over the state, and then a couple in Indiana. I was like, all right, well, everybody's got the same stuff, like Pieds, this and that. I'm like, what's something that you don't see? And it was like Sunsets, a few Sunset Pied combos, stuff like that. And that's what I just started to work with that. And everybody's, well, it's going to brown out. It's like, I can't see it anyway. What's the matter? I'm going to have stuff where nobody's going to have it. If they drive 2 hours just to look for a sunset, I'm going to try to have it for them.
Yeah.
So, who cares what everybody else thinks? I'm going to work with my own stuff.
Yeah, I still have a tippy toe in Sunset technically, but my girls are out on breeder loan for that project. And honestly, I've already filled their spots. So like, I don't know if they're coming back after the breeder loan's done. I would have to
sure.
make room for them if they come back. So,
Right.
so I'm still kind of in it though, but I'm not personally working it anymore. I only have so much time and room in the reptile room, you know, like we kind of already went over that. So every year that goes by, I'm just deeper and deeper into G stripe clown, adding like enhancer and hypo and different incomplete dominance and all that. So that'll be my focus.
Trick or hurricane?
I like hurricane, but I mean, I would run trick into hurricane too. I mean, like I don't discriminate.
Oh, Shane, I love it, man.
But you know, from the time I got in, Hurricane did have like the premium name
Right.
at that time, and at that time, everyone was like, "No, they're different," and da da da. So I don't know. Maybe that's a carryover in my mind from that. I don't know. Like, what's the brand new generation think? Do they even care if it's Trick, Blitz, or Hurricane?
I don't think they even care.
Yeah, I mean,
I guess it just depends on who they had purchased that from and what they told them what it was.
right.
You know.
Yeah, like I happen to get Hurricane, so that's what works for me.
Yep. I like it. I like what it does to the pattern, especially in a super form.
Yeah, that's what's good about it, man. So
Yeah.
some of my longer term goals are to hit like super hurricane G stripe clowns, but then I'm also going to be trying to hit super shrapnel G stripe clowns in there along the way too. So I got stuff to play with all within my project, you know.
Got it.
With the super shrapnel, with me not be able to, do you know if it like messes it up more or if it just, can you describe that if you know anybody has hit that?
Yeah, so the single shrapnel clown adds a lot of pattern disruption, makes it real busy, big blocky pattern disruptor, granity type stuff. And then when you super it, it's basically like doubled.
Oh,
like
okay.
it just like doubles the amount of all the disruption and stuff. So it's a good combo to work with. And yeah, I mean, man, so I got in shrapnel, I wouldn't say early, but early in the clown shrapnel stuff. So like I bought a spot nose shrapnel het clown male, and that's who's producing all my shrapnel stuff right now. But like I put it to leopard, and I was really surprised to see how much shrapnel disrupted leopard and clown, because like we all know leopard and clown makes like a really thick black back, reduces it a lot. Shrapnel came in there and broke up all the black on the back, made the sides busy, but you could still see the leopard influence. And then like when I hatched that one, I was like, oh, I know this is like a keeper gene then, because if it can boss around leopard and clown, it's got some balls, you know.
Yeah.
No pun intended.
I believe Shelly said she would like to see the shrapnel with the grim, if I'm pronouncing her name right.
Oh
yeah. Tana. Yeah.
Okay, Tana. Okay, yeah. My phone, it likes to pronounce stuff when it wants to, so I just went with the other name.
Yeah. Tana's working grim. Tana likes all that granity pattern disruptor stuff. So she's got shrapnel, she's got grim, and grim's another cool one too, like the Grim Reaper. That super man, that's a good one. So
nice.
Yeah, I haven't seen too much of the grim yet, but I may go take a look later.
Yeah, it's cool stuff, man. I would suggest people play around with some of those lesser worked genes, because I mean,
I've got a Royo. I've got a Royo in my collection.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, who's got a Royo? Nobody.
I just remember.
Except
for Freedom Breeder and R&B Reptiles were working that project years ago, and then I haven't seen anything from them. So it's like Arroyo, and then the Super's a Rio, correct?
Yeah, that's correct.
Yeah.
Whew.
100%.
So, how many clutches are you looking to have this year, Shane? When it's all said and done.
Man. So I got clutch 11s in the incubator right now. And then typically my season's stacked towards the end of the year. But if all of the girls I'm breeding go, I should be in the 30 range.
Man, that's intense. That's a lot of moving of animals right there.
Yeah, man. Keep it moving.
Oh, yeah. Got to. Now, what are you guys, what do you, how do you move your animals? Do you have like a morph market? Are you using Husbandry Pro to move them? Do you go to the
Yeah.
shows?
So it's a combination of I do not use Morph Market. I use my Husbandry Pro storefront as my landing page. I do a lot of advertising through Instagram and a little bit on YouTube, Facebook too. They're all tied in the Instagram and Facebook. I move animals through Patreon. All those guys, they'll get a discount, and like all the dues that they pay for Patreon go towards a snake too. So it's like a snake bank or a long-term layaway plan or whatever. So that's how I move my animals, man. And then I do vend a few shows. I vend the All-American shows, and I vend Southeast down there in Atlanta. So yeah.
That's a nice show. I've heard. I haven't been to it yet, but heard it's really nice. That Bob puts on a pretty good show down there.
Yeah, it's really nice. Great venue, great vendors. It's all top notch. People come from all over to vend and attend. So it's like a national level show,
And you're not too far from the shows Troy puts on too.
Yeah, that's
Charlotte's what, 3 hours from where you're at?
Yeah,
4?
Charlotte's 4 hours, but then
4
Troy
hours.
and them, they also have a Nashville one now. So I'm switching out
nice.
to Nashville.
A little bit closer to home.
Yeah. Plus I have family that live over in the Nashville area too, so I don't have to rent a hotel.
Oh man,
So
that's a
that makes it
bonus. That's a
So I'm
bonus.
just in it for the table and the gas, that makes it a lot more affordable.
Yeah, of course,
Yeah.
of course.
Yeah, so with Southeast and Nashville, that's 4 shows a year. That's plenty, man.
Yeah.
And then if I need to go over to Charlotte, I've done Charlotte twice. That was before they had Nashville going. So, but if I need to go over to Charlotte, I will. I was maybe thinking about going up to their Fredericksburg one. I just, man, I still have a normal day job, and I only have like so much time I could take off work. And for me to go to Fredericksburg, that's like taking a Friday and a Monday off because it's 8 hours away. And yeah, man. So I don't know if that's in the cards for this year, but I'll keep it on my radar. But Nashville and Southeast, those are the 2.
Yeah, it's not bad. And it keeps people wanting you to come out, so you move your animals a little bit faster that way too. If they see you at every freaking show, then it's not special anymore.
Right. And I like both of those promoters. So Southeast, the Bob Voos show, they treat their vendors great. All American, Troy and Nick, they treat their vendors great. So like for me, I'm loyal to those 2 promoters right there because they treat us good. That means a lot to me because in that situation, I'm the customer and I want to feel special. And they make me feel special.
Might go over to Shane's place, man, and make him feel special.
Yeah. What type of displays do you use, Shane, for your shows?
I use Next Level.
Next Level? Okay.
Yeah. For the ball pythons, and then I have like a deli cup display for the hognose.
Hognose, okay.
Handmade by Josh and Tom Harbin, man. So I got a cool custom.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, Jim. He's. I don't know if he still lives here in Michigan or not, but I think they moved everything to Wisconsin. I have some of his first racks that he had built. Jim, nice. He's got a lot of nice stuff.
Yeah, man. That stuff's like the HDPE, the material he uses. It's heavy, but man, it's built like a tank. So like one time coming out of Tinley, I had both my Next Level displays on my cart. I went over the rumble strip on the sidewalk, and it vibrated one of those displays off, and it fell off, and did a couple tumbles. Snakes were fine. Display was fine. Nothing was broke or anything. And I was like, man, there's my money's worth right there.
Yeah, they're built well. The high end density polyethylene, whatever the HDPE, it's nice stuff. So,
and for me, I like an easy setup and an easy teardown, and the way those just fold out, the lights pop up, like they're ready to go. They got heat. I mean, everything
especially here in Michigan in the winter. I'm saving up to purchase them. I think they're like almost 1,100 now, but with the light and the heat, especially in the wintertime, the heat here in Michigan, and you're traveling to different shows, the heat, that's what I need up here.
Yeah, man, I plug them in. So like when I was going up to Tinley, when I'd go up there and it was cold, I'd keep them plugged in on the ride up, use a little inverter, plug them in. Yeah, snakes would be warm, and yeah, it was great.
That's awesome. So are you going out to Tinley in October?
No.
No.
I'm just gonna stay at Southeast and All American. Those will be my two shows 4 times a year.
I mean, that's not bad. It's 4 times a year.
Yeah, you know? I mean that's plenty.
That's plenty. Sometimes we're out here just hustling every weekend from show to show. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and there's a lot more room. Go ahead, Shane. Sorry.
I've never been like a big show guy. Like I'm not the kind of guy that's going to go vend 2 or 3 shows a month. Like I was doing Tinley twice a year. Now these other shows started up and I'm doing 4. That just doubled the amount of shows I'm doing. That's more than enough 100%. For me.
Yeah, man. I can't do too many shows, man. My knees are trash. Standing for long periods of time is near impossible at times.
Yeah. I know with Bob Vu show in them, there's a lot more space, and it's the aisles where people can really get in there. And when you go to Tinley, it's like packed like sardines, and it's hard.
Yeah, but I mean, there's shows that are less than that. They give you like a freaking 8-foot table space, and that's it.
Yeah. I mean, like the aisles are wider and stuff too with Bob Vu and them shows.
Yeah.
So it makes it better.
Just on their planning.
And I think I'm not like trying to like downgrade anyone that vends a lot either. I think that's all like up to how you built your brand. Like some people are like show hounds, and that's where they do all their sales. And like I've always been more of an online guy through social media and stuff. So I mean, like it's whatever works for you. But I try to get out to a couple shows a year, so that's enough for me. You have to pay to go to the shows too. Like I don't have to pay to market animals from my phone at my house. It's just me at my house playing with my dogs, cooking steaks and feeding my dog steaks and stuff,
Oh yeah. You were feeding your dog steaks yesterday for America's birthday. That's the most American shit I've ever seen, bro. Throwing your dog's steak. Happy birthday, America.
How does the Husbandry Pro work with the like online sales?
So if you have Husbandry Pro, there's some level. I don't know if it's collector or breeder, but you get a storefront free with your package. So like I have that set up. It works just like a morph market, but it's only you. So all of my links will lead you to my Husbandry Pro store. Or if anyone hits me up like, hey, do you have something like that available? I just send them that link. And then when they go to that link, all they see is my animals. They can't go nowhere else. So I'm not advertising for anyone else. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
And then like right now they also have a company called Herp Hosting. So Husbandry Pro is building me a website, and it's all integrated with my Husbandry Pro. So I market for sale in Husbandry Pro. It'll pop up on my website and my storefront. I market sold there. It'll take it off of both. So it's like, it's easier for me. And then when I do vend shows, I just go in, filter out for sale animals, print out the labels, boom, stick them on my displays, makes my life easy.
Yeah, a lot better. Yeah, then also they get the lineage too. Does it show like
Yeah.
the parents and the okay? Yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, and then like on my show labels, I have a QR code. So if anyone has a question about an animal, like what was the date of birth, what was the parents, blah blah, anything, any of those little questions, I no
I think you
longer
can
have to
scan that,
remember
right?
all that. Yeah, just scan it. It shoots them a web page and tells them what the parents were, what the date of birth is, yada yada yada. So it makes my life easier, and it looks
Y'all have
professional too. Like vending a show, and I say, "Hey, here, scan that," and that'll tell you everything. People are like, "Oh wow, that's high tech," and I'm like, I kind of laughed to myself, like, there ain't nothing high tech about me, but Husbandry Pro makes it easy. So,
yeah,
Yeah, I've
100%.
been trying to like navigate through the Husbandry Pro, but with my voiceover, some stuff it'll read and other stuff like I guess like a checkbox, it'll just say button, 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 and like it won't exactly like tell me like what's in that box to like for feeders or the pairing stuff like that. Some stuff it will, but that's why I have my daughters to kind of help me navigate through that. So it's just something
yeah,
I have to figure out.
they're coming out with a new version called Husbandry Pro next, and it's going to be faster, more streamlined, and it's going to be like easier interface for the user. Like the current one, you can get pretty nerdy and geeky with it and like go through like multiple layers of menus and really customize it. The next version won't be as complicated anymore. It'll be more for us ball python breeders, you know?
Yeah,
Third grade level, baby.
Yeah. But that's what I like about Husbandry Pro though versus other people out there, other competitors, is like, dude, I have my hog nose, I can make custom genetics, like I can do all of that stuff. My boys have their tarantulas in there,
Yeah, I
because my
love how it has multiple species like that. That's freaking
yeah,
a
for sure.
plus.
yeah,
But
yeah,
yeah,
so
they need to make a caveman version.
yeah, yeah. Well, the next version is going to be a little bit like more user friendly on
Yeah,
that end.
that's what I'm looking for.
Yeah. Yeah, so I should be launching my website that they built. Man, like we're right at the final stages. I just transferred domain names and like we're right at the final stages. And so like when you pull up my website, it'll have like video feeds from my channel, from Reptiles Unplugged, my history, my backstory. It'll have all the
It's the
things.
website.
Smalltownexotics.com.
Perfect. Perfect. Now y'all
And
can't say you didn't know where to go.
And I own both domains. So Small Town Exotics with no E in exotics, like how it's spelled. And I own exotics with an E and it'll redirect you. So either way you type it in, you're going to find me.
Perfect. That's amazing. Yeah, man.
Hey, even blind squirrels find acorns.
There you go, Sean. See, I told you. I wonder if Chris is still here to hear that. If you had any advice to give to a new keeper or someone starting to get into the ball python, what would you give them?
I would give them the cliche one about do your research and find a species that you like or that you think you're going to like, and then after that it's just jump in, get a few of those animals, whether it's hognose, crested geckos, ball pythons, doesn't matter, whatever your interest is, get a few of them and try them out and see if you like them. I mean, there's a bunch of different cool stuff out there. Like you don't have to just do ball pythons. You can diversify and have a few things going on, like some of us do too. So, just try it out.
In the background.
Yeah, I see him back there. And just try it out. And if you know that if that's a species you like and you like working with it, then just like keep going down that rabbit hole and researching projects. And the biggest thing is, dude, work what you like. I know a lot of people say it, but like you're the one opening the tubs. Don't chase no trends. Don't shop by highest to lowest price and think you're going to be a millionaire in a year or two, because that ain't going to happen. Like get with what you like to see when you open your tubs. That's the best advice ever right there.
There you go.
Yeah, there goes Chris. Even a blind squirrel will eventually back into a nut. That's Mike's motto.
I can see Chris putting that on his shirt.
Oh, Chris, you got to put it on a shirt, man.
Oh man.
Yeah, so like kind of circling all the way back to the beginning. Like my goal was genetic striped clowns. I don't care if the double visual is only worth $100. That's what I want to see when I open my racks. So
there you go.
that's what I'm working.
Yep. I've got most of my tubs are like that. Most of them. It started off slow. You get what you can get, and then you go from there. But
yeah, and like
really
my first year or two, I was kind of like, oh, this is hot, I'll buy this, and then the next, but like the trends change so fast
with no direction.
By the time you buy what's trending now, and then by the time you produce it, it won't be trending anymore. So just buy it if you like it, and make sure it works with your overall project. Do a little bit of research, have a vision, and think outside the box a little bit. Out of shape, man. You see the guns on these? Ah!
You talking about fat, bro? I used to be fat like a year ago. I was near 260. Now I'm at 216.
Yeah, you see those?
Gun show? Yeah, we can go to the gun show. What's up, Mike? You got the guns?
Yeah, I used to.
So funny story. I had that beta lizard, which is a slow venomous animal, and I got bit by that. So what Chris is saying is kind of true,
Oh yeah, you got bit when you first got it, didn't you?
Yeah, man.
And your hand was all messed up.
Yeah, I look like Gavin from Balls to You on one hand, like this big old meat paw. Yeah.
The claw.
Yeah, Yeah,
But you put a glove on next time.
Yeah, I did start wearing gloves after that too. I got a call from Earl from Lone Star telling kind of lecturing me like, oh, you better wear gloves and la stupid.
Yep.
So yeah, man. But that's the best advice I can give you is give it to a new person is just do your research, get in, but you got to be able to jump off the ledge and just grab some though too. Don't get analysis paralysis and put it off for 5 years. I mean, you actually
don't be scared either.
You got to get some hands-on experience. You might do all this research, actually buy the species and discover like you don't like keeping that one. Maybe that's not the species for you. But there's all kinds of cool stuff out there. Sand boas, hognose. There's more hognose, and there's hognose.
And more hognose?
Yeah. There's a bunch of different hognose. You got Western, you got Southern, you got Eastern, you got tricolors. I mean, there's all kinds of cool hognose out there. Ball pythons. There's all the Anaresia, the little children's pythons, anthill pythons. There's a lot of cool stuff out there.
Oh yeah, lots of stuff. Yep. So Shane, if people wanted to find you, I doubt nobody doesn't know who you are that's watching the show. But if there is, how could they get a hold of you, Shane?
If they wanted to message me, Instagram is the place. I'm on there 256 times a day, constantly checking that. Smalltownexotics.com. Patreon, that's a good one too. And then YouTube, but YouTube, I wouldn't try to get a hold of me through YouTube. Like those, you're lucky to get notifications half the time. So Instagram, if you want to get a hold of me.
Patreon,
go ahead.
Didn't you just do something with your Patreon members just recently?
Reptiles on the river, baby.
Yeah, buddy.
Right here. Jamie from Graceful Pythons even had the flyer made up for me on a frame. There's stickers of people attended. They signed it, did all the things.
Oh, so man, that's wild.
We had a cool river party. We did tubing, all that. Jamie put on a dinner on the Friday. We did tubing on Saturday. We did another dinner at a restaurant on Saturday. I had the VIP tiers over to my house. I made them all breakfast on Sunday.
Man, that's awesome.
We cut a clutch. We ID'd some babies. We hung out. And that's what it's all about, man. Community and helping each other out. Help
Yeah.
everyone out, learn from each other, and help build people up.
Exactly. 100%, man. 100%. Well, Mike, do you have any more questions for Mr. Kelly?
I don't. We appreciate you coming on, Shane, and spending your time with us.
Shane, we
Yeah,
really
thank-
do appreciate it, man. Your time is very valuable, and
That means a lot.
holy crap, man, it's awesome to have you on the show. We're gonna send you backstage now and wrap this up, and then we'll see you back there. All right, buddy. Man, that was a great show, dude. To everybody that came in tonight, thank you so very much.
Yeah, we
Sorry
really
about a little
appreciate
bit of we did a last minute subject change, which turned out actually kind of cool because I didn't know he hit the G stripe clown stuff till today. So that ended up working out very well. And Mike, you got anything to say to the homies?
We appreciate everybody coming in. If you haven't already done it, go hit the like, share, and subscribe. And also go over to US Art and US Art Florida to go over and support them.
All right, man. With that said, we're going to roll on out of here. We appreciate each and every one of you that came through and watched us tonight or on the replay. Make sure you put down there hashtag replay homies so we know who our replay crew is. We'll catch y'all next Saturday. Till then, be kind to somebody.